Hi, welcome to another episode of Tommy's Trains. I have this Bachmann Sound Value 284 Berkshire Nickel Plate Road. It's a DCC Sound Value on board, and it's a pretty good sized engine. It's got some weight to it. I'm going to put it on this layout and take it for a test run and see if it'll handle the Easy Track standard curves, because I wonder if the train's a little bit too stiff-legged to handle it, but we're going to try it out, see how it works, and let's get started. Well, the Bachmann trains come pre-programmed for address 3 on your Easy command. Let's see, some extra couplers, or maybe, I'm not sure. I see a coupler hanging around, but let's see if we can get it out. So we've got one of these deals where the drawbar is unhooked and we've got the connections for the tender to hook up. So it's one of those, kind of like the, so if you look at this, you'll see we've got the plugs, speakers in the tender here. We're going to have to plug this in here and then put the drawbar on. And IHC used to have a lot of these where the wires were hooked in, and you end up having some troubles if for some reason this came unhooked, and then, you know, bad things could happen. But at least it's plugged in underneath instead of the IHCs, which were in here. So I'll go ahead and plug these in and put it on the track, and you can see there's a spot on the front of this locomotive. It looks like there's a spot there for a coupler, which is probably the one that was floating around. It looks like it'd be a little bit of a challenge to get it in there, but not undoable. And it does have some good weight to it. Alright, so we got it on the tracks, and it's on a curve, and it's all on the track, so we'll give it a little try and see what happens. Really interested to see how it handles the curves. It's traction to get up over the 4% grade we've got. So a lot of the intent of this video is to show you, you know, we all love these steam locomotives, but they're stiff-legged and they don't like curves. They don't like going through switches or turnouts for the frogs. They don't like inclines with curves, off the incline with switches. None of those things are going to work well with a stiff-legged steam locomotive. What happens is, even though it's got 8 drive wheels, you've really only got 4 that are really doing anything. And if you get into like just a little bit of a, not rough track, but a situation where maybe you're coming up over a rise or down under into a little a dip where the incline changes, and if you've got a turnout anywhere near there, and even if you don't, sometimes it just won't make the corner. So one of the problems I got right now is everything will make that corner right there except for this one. It's too long, and the pilot hits the wall, and then if you get by with the pilot, the cab hits it. So I pretty much expected this is what was going to happen when I bought it, but I wanted to illustrate to you why we love these big steam engines, but unless you've got big, like 22-inch radius or bigger curves or flex track curves that take 6 feet to get around, you really want steam locomotives, or you want these locomotives like this Heisler that can really take rough track and corners and all those other things. So I'm going to show you some close-ups of this train, and it's a beautiful train, and I've got no issue with this train whatsoever, and I would recommend this in a second, as long as you've got some big radius turns and you don't have difficult areas like coming through the yard here, which, you know, everything else will negotiate, no problem. But like I said, with these stiff-legged trains, if you're coming off an incline and then into a flat or anything, the pilot front truck comes off the road, off the track, or that's been my primary issue, is that the front truck It just seems to not be pushing down hard enough, and it flies up, and that's where the issues come in. So we'll get some close-up views, and I'll show you why this is not a good train for a small one. So first of all, I want to just show you some of the cool functions of this train. There's your bell, long whistle, short whistle. That's your coupling. 8 will mute it. And 9 is your combination. And then 0 or 10 is your headlight. So we're going to come through, and I'm going to show you right here. It will take the right-hand turnout, but if we throw the switch and want to go straight, the front truck will come right up off the tracks. I'll go very slowly so you can watch. See it coming off right there. And there's nothing wrong with that turnout with the tracks, but we're derailed. And it'll come right back on. But we'll go back through now with the turnout. It's got really nice detail. It's a beautiful, beautiful train. Oh, we lost the trailing truck there. Just doesn't want to keep that front truck on. I hear a mess. The back truck's off. Alright, I'm not going to abuse that train, so we're going to send that one back. It's a beautiful train. I have no problem recommending it, and probably if you had the regular oval flat, you might be okay, but when you start going through turnouts, unless you got the really wide turnouts like the number 6s, you're probably going to find you have some problems. It just doesn't like navigating the zigzags. And these trains in real life, they were made for the straightaways. These weren't yard trains. These were you'd have a switcher hook you up, and then this thing would be the power that would haul, and then you'd get to the other end and uncouple, and another little train would run the cars around. So beautiful train, really nice detailing on it, really beautiful train, nice sounds to it. But like I said, if you've just got a little railroad, that's not what you want. You want a little 060 or something like that. But then when you get the inclines, you're not going to be doing well with that either. Like the Mogul wouldn't pull anything up over the 4%. So let's say you get an oval of easy track, you buy a few extra pieces, you get the Bachmann figure 8 pier set, buy this train, you're going to run into some troubles. So I don't recommend a giant train for a small layout. Unfortunately, like, we all love steam, but they just don't have the tractive effort. So you're really better off with a diesel, or even these little Heislers. This one really works pretty well. So 3 truck Heisler. They have the 2 truck ones, but the 6 truck really will pull. So I hope this has been helpful, and I will talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.